Let's break down the 3 key elements in bedroom design, specifically custom millwork in the bedroom. I'm talking custom headboard, nightstands, and even the lighting. These 3 elements alone can absolutely transform a bedroom. And I heard the bedroom is where the magic happens, so I think it's a pretty important space. So whether you're trying to sell your clients on your ideas, whether you're trying to describe to a millworker what exactly you want created, or if you need a full drawing set to send to the contractors, I can help you along this journey. I'm going to be going through a partial millwork drawing set, and we're going to be looking at the components of this drawing set. I'm going to show you the sections, I'm going to show you the mood boards, and I'm going to give you a little bit behind the scene actions when it comes from the perspective of bedroom millwork. I'm also going to give you a free template, which is going to make your life as a designer much easier. So let's get going. Hi everyone, my name is Daniela and I'm a designer based in Toronto. However, I've taken on many different interior design projects around the world. So I like to say that I have a very holistic view on interior design in different spaces as well. And one of the most design sensitive areas in the home, no matter who you're dealing with, no matter what part of the world you're in, is the bedroom. You see, people obviously spend a lot of time in their bedroom. It's a very important place. And you can get really specific in some of the design choices. So today we're talking about custom millwork. And that means the headboard, the nightstands, so that means different finishes. It could be different wood finishes. It could involve certain metal finishes. It could involve fabric selections. And you also have to think about the lighting. The lighting is very important in the bedroom to set different moods, as it is in any interior design. But we're going to be looking at the lighting specific to the nightstands. They're really cool options on the market these days. But anyhow, for today's video, I'm going to be using Rayon design. And Rayon design is the fastest way to create 2D drawings to beautifully articulate your interior design ideas to your clientele or the contractors or the millworkers or however many consultants you need to collaborate with. Rayon Design actually has a free tier, which is amazing. You can try out the software before you invest a little more. So check the link in the description, download this template, and follow along with me in this video. Opens up the drawing package here. And while today we're going to be focusing on the bedroom millwork, I want to make note that this drawing set is actually a part of a larger interior design project. So you can see here, we go into our layers and we can see the different canvases that we're going to be looking at. And this first one is called paper canvas. And if you look through the pages here, you can see it follows a traditional drawing set. We have the cover page, we have the legend, and as you go on, you will see more and more detailed drawings. You can see material suggestions, and you can see some sort of style being hinted at. Then we can start to see how some of the exterior is going to be looking, and we're looking at a section cut here. We can go further, and once again, we see materials, we see lighting plan, and we start to see the specifications. Let's go to the canvas named model. And we can zoom out here, and we can zoom within each page. And we see here that we have the furniture shown. We're starting to see some materials actually implemented in this layout. And once again, we can start to look at the lighting plan here, which we are going to be looking further into today. And we do get a nice shot of the exterior and a section view of the kitchen and different areas. So now let's take a look at the master bedroom canvas, considering this is our main focus of the video. Let's take a look at the design intent. And as you can see here, it's very earthy, has a little bit of a farmhouse feel. It is very on trend, and I do see a lot of green and sort of warmth coming back into the trend cycle, which I really like. And let's move on to our beautiful mood board here that was created in Rayon design. So this gives your clients a real picture of the actual items that they're going to be purchasing potentially. Let's start to get more detailed, and we're actually going to look at the floor plan here. And here we have it. So we see our bed, obviously, and the nightstands that look integrated to the headboard. We have some sconces shown. We have our other furniture shown. It looks like we have even a working desk integrated with storage cabinets. So there's actually a lot of custom millwork going on in this bedroom. And this is sort of, it's has this sort of vibe of a very high-end hotel, which, I mean, who wouldn't love that? So let's keep looking. And I'm gonna zoom in on the bedroom elevation too, because it gives you a very clear picture of this design. So we have a headboard in natural wood veneer. We have outlets and switch cutouts. We have side shelf. We have our sconces here. And this is very clever, and it streamlines the design. You know, having a lamp that sits on the nightstands, it's fine, it works, but it's taking up a lot of space. So when you're doing custom millwork, you want to be clever. And this is a brilliant way in order to free up the nightstand and create a little bit more of a sleek design. So I love this feature. We have white brick finish. We have some art suggestion placement here. Let's keep looking. So here, wow, this is cool. So we have an integrated desk, if someone wants to use it as that. And it looks like we have some cabinetry here, which is obviously fabulous for storage. And we have our wardrobes, again, all in the same finish. We'll get into the details soon, but that's just sort of gives you an overview of all the millwork that is going into this bedroom. You can continue on looking through this canvas, and you can see how all the details are outlined here. And we can look here and we can see how this is actually going to be constructed and installed. We can also see that there's going to be integrated LED lighting, which is amazing. And obviously this is very important for your trades. And once again, we do have our specification sheets, which shows each item, the item number, etc. Lastly, in this canvas, we have our finishes, our colors, and we have a beautifully created layout that actually shows material. So I've selected the last canvas here, which is the headboard millwork, which is where we're really going to dive into the details of millwork design when it comes to the bedroom. And when it comes to the headboard in the bedroom, that's sort of the star of the show. It is the main focal point 95% of the time. So what that means is that the material of the headboard is very indicative of how the design is actually going to look and feel. So of course you can do an all wood headboard, and that is a little bit more of a streamlined approach. It has a little bit more of that Scandinavian look at times. It could be more rustic, it could be just more contemporary and sleek. Obviously, you can also implement a fabric as well, which not only brings comfort, but it brings a different visual look. So oftentimes people love to add fabric to the headboard. The bed is sometimes used as an office. So people like to sit in their bed and their headboard will offer some sort of back support. And I do this, and I'm not saying it's the best setup in the world, certainly not ergonomic, but in design, we actually have to design for what people actually do, how they use their space, not a perfect world where no one works out of bed. Anyhow, let's use Rayon to actually change the fabric and materials of these headboards pictured. So let's zoom in here. And we can just click on this natural wood veneer. And it's very easy to change. We can go to fill and we can look at all of the different materials in this model. And as you can see, these are different patterns in a hatch style. I can also go to texture and I can take a look at the different textures, which obviously look a little bit more realistic. And I can even do a solid fill if I wanted. But let's go back to texture. And I want to change it to a different wood. And I've changed it to this rustic parquet wood. And that completely changed the look. But it's kind of cool. Let's try another material. Let's import a photo of a fabric and even indicate on our drawing this fabric type. So let's select what we have here. And we are going to change this. So we're going to create a new style and I'm just going to type in fabric. And I'm going to add fill and I'm going to press image and I'm going to upload the image of my choice. As you can see, it has already been applied. So now that I've changed the fabric, let's actually add a leader. So we have to delete this. This is no longer valid. Let's just delete the whole thing so I can actually show you how you can add your own label. And it's very easy. As you can see, there is a leader tool. And I can just click and I can use the guidelines to create a new leader. I'm just going to write fabric, sand, color, 345. Obviously this is really random, but you get the point. So I've added that. As you can see, this leader doesn't match the others. So I'm going to select and I'm actually going to copy the style of the other leader. And you can see that it automatically did that. Now I'm actually going to select the text here and I can change the style so that it matches the other style. I've shown you how to change different textures in your drawing so that you can create a wood headboard, a fabric headboard, maybe you can make a combination of the two. So now we're going to move on to lighting. And lighting is very important to coordinate well in advance. You need to make sure you're aligned with your lighting consultant if you have one on the job. You also need to make sure that you're coordinating with all of the trades, the electrician, the millworker. They need to work together to make it happen. If you're doing something like what this bedroom is suggesting here with their lighting schemes that we're going to look at in a second. I want to make note that Rayon has an amazing block library with over 10,000 blocks, lighting included, so that you're able to very easily add into your drawings different types of lighting fixtures. So we can look here at our first drawing and we can see that sconces have been specified. And we can zoom here and we can see the side view in this section. And we can see how everything's going to be constructed. Let's move on to the second drawing. And we can see here, once again, sconces are specified, but I also see that there is LED light being specified as well. So we can see here in this section that LED lighting is going to be at the top and the bottom of this headboard. So it's going to create a glow and it will offer additional lighting, which I think is really cool. And let's look at the third option here. And this looks like it just has LED lighting along the top, which is specified as an LED strip. So it's going to light up that whole top portion and really create an accent feature. Let's say that I want to use Rayon's block library to replace this sconce here. I can do that easily. So I've clicked blocks and I've typed in light and I went to the library. And this is the library that has over 10,000 blocks. So I could spend all day in here if I want, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you how I replace this light here. So I can just click and drag, and I can delete this sconce. And let's say I just prefer this one. I can drag it to the wall. And of course, we need to verify location, but for the purpose of this video, let's say that we're happy with that. As you can see, it was very, very easy. Let's talk nightstands. Now, nightstands are a very important element in the design, and we've seen a few different styles looking for this drawing package, but let's get a little more detailed. So if we can see here on the first drawing, we have a shelf style, which is very minimal, doesn't offer storage, but it is a beautiful design feature and your client may be after that look. If you still want that minimalistic look but you need storage, well, the second option here, which is the drop-down nightstand, might work well for you. It has that hinge feature and a hidden door. So you kind of get the best of both worlds, sleek but functional. And the third option is a more traditional style and sort of has that furniture look. It is the drawer nightstand, which I love. I mean, I'm not opposed to have that more traditional feel, and I think people really do appreciate storage. So you have 3 nightstand options to consider from this drawing set. With Rayon, you're very easily able to duplicate a drawing set or a model and make changes to it. So that means you don't have to start from scratch each time. So let's say I want to duplicate this model. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to press duplicate model. Once you have your duplicated model, you can change up the design on that one. I know us designers, we always like to test out different things and we may not want to work on the current drawing set that may be shared with others. So if this is my duplicated drawing, let's say I want to alter these nightstands here and I actually want to double up this shelf. So I can hit copy paste on the shelf and I'm going to place it here. And I can even do that again and very easily duplicate that on the other side. So now I actually have a 4th option for the nightstands here. When it comes to presenting to your clients, you want to make sure that you have beautiful images, reference photos, pictures of the materials, anything that's really going to grasp their attention and give them more of a real, accurate sense of how their project is going to come together. With Rayon, as you've seen, it's very easy to import photos, create little mood boards, and give that to your clients to review. And you can actually easily share your drawings with your client or team members, and I'm going to show you how you can actually do that. So all you have to do is hit share, and it's going to give you different ways that you can share. If it's your client, you probably want to do presentation mode. So you can toggle this on and you can actually just send them a link, which may be super easy. You can also invite someone by email. All I have to do to invite someone by email is hit access and type in their email. As you can see, Shira from Rayon is already added here. So that person would be able to edit or just view, whatever you choose to do. Next, I'm actually going to show you how we can add a comment. And it's very intuitive. You just hit this little comment box. And I want to leave a comment on this design here. I prefer this design intent. So maybe I want to let my team know that I like this the best. I like this direction. Let's share it. So as you can see, there's this little D chat bubble and my team can view what I said and they can even respond. Custom millwork is where design and detail meet. And you know what they say, the devil is in the details. Well, that is very true when it comes to millwork design. In the bedroom, it's crucial to make sure that the headboard, the nightstand, and the lighting integrations are all well thought out of in advance to make the most powerful presentation to your clients and get that yes. If you liked this video, give it a like, and if you liked this template, it's actually available to you. Take a look at the description and download it. It's for free and it's with Rayon Design. Also, let us know in the comments below what you want to see next. Happy designing and see you in the next video.